Craig again. I just wanted to make a few comments on wrestling camp I used to go to as a kid during the 70s and the 80s, junior high and high school. In the state of Pennsylvania was a wrestling camp. The camp was called Russ Houk Wrestling Camp. It was up there close to the New York border, central Pennsylvania. Used to go there a lot as a kid in the summertime. My father was the high school wrestling coach at Waynesburg. School, we used to take a carload full of kids. During the gas crunch times, there was a lot of small economic vehicles packed sardines full of kids, and we would go to the wrestling camp, in which my dad was invited to coach, and there'd be kids come up, and we'd all go to wrestling camp for a week or two, depending on. Had a lot of interesting people there, a lot of great wrestling legends. Turned out wrestling legends. They were people in camp at the time. Some were pretty successful wrestlers, others were pretty successful coaches. I could sit here and name all kinds of names of people. Gene Mills, who runs the place today. Peterson brothers, Olympic wrestlers. Taylor used to be a heavyweight Olympic wrestler. Very. Somewhere around 400, 500 pounds. Self, Russ Houk, who I believe is at Penn State now, or I'm sorry, Ohio State now. High school coach Wayne Smythe, very good guy. All kinds of great people we would come in contact. Watching this and I missed your name, I apologize. It's been over 20, maybe since I was there last. I was just thinking about that today. Search and found out some information about the camp. I was kind of impressed. It brings back some fond memories of my childhood and spending summers at Camp Maple Lake. It used to be an old German hunting camp before it was turned into a wrestling camp. Well, I just had those thoughts on my mind today, and I work with my dad painting houses now. He's a school teacher and wrestling coach. He and I work that we Houk's wrestling camp and be involved with that. I was talking about that. I just happened to do a internet search and found some information on it, so I thought I'd throw it out there and see if there's anybody else who remembers going there, remembers me or my father, the coach there, and some other guys. And it used to be a really good time. I thought I'd throw that out, see if there's anybody out there that remembered, went to that camp, or has any connection. Some great Red Campbell, who used to be involved with Russ's wrestling camp there. Some sons, as well as Russ had family members that I'm sure are still alive today, and would really like to hear from those folks. Many summers we spent up there hanging out and doing stuff together in the evenings, little social events. I remember going to spring off the side of the road there, and Taylor told me once when we were down there taking a drink of fresh spring water that there was a big old bear lived up on the top of that mountain, and every night, and right there's where the water ran out. The first time he took me up in there to take a drink out of that. But a lot of fond memories. A lot of fond memories. I just wondered if there's anybody else out there that knew of the camp, ever went to the camp, was part of Russ Houk's wrestling camp, which now is Camp Maple Lake. So it's still in existence, and the great Gene Mills is involved with that camp, and anybody wants to get involved with wrestling, I would have to say that'd probably be a good place to start.